Looks like them old Magic players are in a heap of trouble. But before we get into that, of course, this video is brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures they'd like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or for OSR. Old School is in play at the table, and you can find them on DriveThruRPG or their website, hellebardegames.com, where they are currently having a sale on all of their print 5th edition modules. They have a mysterious swamp full of lizard men, all the way to a dusty desert caravan trail full of adventure. You will find something for your campaign there, so use the discount code 5EOOP at checkout on their website to receive 50% off of an adventure module order from Hellebarde Games. Let's get into what's going on. If you had told me last night that Wizards of the Coast would shoot themselves in the foot in a PR sense, again, I would have believed you. If you had told me last night that Wizards of the Coast would shoot themselves in the foot again in a PR way with Magic the Gathering, I would have believed you. If you had told me last night that Wizards of the Coast would shoot themselves in the foot in a PR way with Magic the Gathering that involved the Pinkertons, that's right, the detective agency that's often portrayed as the bad guys in period pieces and old-timey westerns, I wouldn't have believed you. Now, before I get into this article, let me be upfront and 100% clear. I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I absolutely agree with the fact that companies have the right to protect their intellectual property. However, with that said, when we're talking about a company that has given themselves more black eyes than a can of peas, you would have think Wizards would have handled this a little bit differently. But enough hemming and hawing, let's get into this. So this comes from The Gamer, and this says, Magic the Gathering's March of the Machine Aftermath leaker claims WotC confiscated cards. Wizards of the Coast actually sent the Pinkertons after the leaker. Yeah, the Pinkertons. It appears Wizards of the Coast has sprung into action only a few days after the massive leak of Magic the Gathering's latest set, March of the Machines: The Aftermath. A YouTuber called Oldschoolmtg managed to get their hands on the cards and revealed most of them in an unboxing video. However, it seems that WotC has tracked them down, confiscated the cards, and got the video pulled. In a new video aptly titled The Aftermath of the Aftermath, Oldschoolmtg revealed that WotC has taken away the cards, which he revealed in the unboxing video. He narrated how it all went down, and you'll be shocked to learn that Wizards of the Coast allegedly sent the Pinkertons to retrieve the cards from him. Yes, the same company that hunted Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. And for those of you who may not know, the Pinkertons is a private security firm that's operated in the country since at least the mid-1800s. They were actually originally tasked with protecting the President of the United States also. That's right, we once contracted out to a third party to protect the President, and it was these guys. Oldschoolmtg explained that his wife opened the door to some men who identified themselves as members of the Pinkerton Agency, a private security firm. They were allegedly there to confiscate the stolen Magic the Gathering cards. Having agents of a private security firm sent to after you is undoubtedly intimidating, especially when they claim that you've stolen goods. Oldschoolmtg went on to explain that the cards weren't stolen, but were sent to him by a friend who mistook them for the collector's boosters for the March of the Machine set. Now, full disclosure, I don't play Magic the Gathering, but when I had friends tell me about this, I had to jump on it. So, and the reason being, if they'll do this to Magic players, they'll do this to anybody else in the hobby arena. Okay? Oldschoolmtg went on to explain that the cards weren't stolen, but we already covered that. The Pinkertons then gave him the contact details of someone from Wizards of the Coast. And there's the video link there. I'll link the article and his video, of course. I don't want to seem like I'm just vulturing here. Upon getting in touch with WotC representatives, the WotC representative was apparently very understanding. Well, there's that. Unlike the Pinkertons, whose job was probably to intimidate, the representative agreed that the cards were most likely not stolen but sent by mistake. They needed to be retrieved, however, so that WotC could figure out where things went wrong. They also spoke about some sort of compensation for Oldschoolmtg. Well, there's that. Across 3 unboxing videos, a leaker showcased all of the March of the Machine, the Aftermath's 50 cards. The mini set contained some reprints, unannounced cards, and a number of legendary creatures. The video also featured multiple pulls of the Kenrith's Royal Funeral and Joralel Voice of Zalfir, both of which were already revealed beforehand by Wizards of the Coast. WotC has not yet put out a statement about the leak, considering that it sent a private security firm after Oldschoolmtg. It might just not. However, things appear to have gone smoothly, so perhaps you can expect a statement soon. I don't know. Sending the bad guys from Red Dead Redemption after someone does not sound like it went smoothly to me. They went through great lengths to keep Aftermath as secretive possible, so an internal investigation will surely be conducted. Until the leak, all we knew was what WotC wanted us to. They were shown with a symbol, which is theorized to denote planeswalkers who can no longer travel the multiverse. So, WotC. Bring it in here. This is a little free advice from the Dungeon Delver, my friends. When something like this happens, you absolutely have the right to get your stuff back. Maybe, possibly, I could be wrong, your first point of contact should not be to send railroad detectives to a man's house to lean on his wife over a children's game. Again, you absolutely have the right to get your stuff back, especially if this was some kind of screw up. And I'll give it to you that at least you didn't go the Apple route, where a developer left an iPhone in a bar in San Francisco and a tech enthusiast found that prototype and wrote an article about it. And then Apple basically used the police as their own internal security firm and went to the guy's house and threatened him until he gave it up. At least you didn't do that. With that said, and with my feelings very clearly expressed that Apple is within their rights to protect their IP. This is a private security firm on this man's property. If the wife had said no and shut the door in their faces, she would have been well within her rights, and he would have been well within his rights to say no. Close the door in their faces. WotC is absolutely entitled to get their stuff back. There's 100 ways they could have done it better than this. Then drag themselves back out in the public in a negative light again. But, and again, the important takeaway from this isn't just that it happened with Magic the Gathering. This could happen with anything. Whether they intended to or not, Wizards of the Coast has sent a rather cold message here. Don't talk about us in a way we don't like. We might send hired goons after you. So I'll let you guys know as anything else develops with this. I don't expect it to, but hey, I could be wrong. But until then, keep looking over your shoulder and keep your powder dry. Peace.